Imagine this. You are a young man. You are promised glory. They give you a sword and a shield. Well, actually, you had to buy it yourself. You are sent into a field. You had to charge towards the enemy. Tonight, we go into the muddy, screaming hell that is a medieval battlefield. In this episode of Surviving Humans, my Sunday ASMR series, where we explore the darkest times throughout history, and I give you guys tips on how you could possibly survive them. If you're lucky, though. Tip number 1. Do not be the first to charge. I repeat, do not be the first to charge. In the Battle of Visby in 1361, dozens of lightly armored peasants were completely slaughtered within minutes by armored knights. There's also a quote from Geoffrey de Charny. Yes, that was a medieval knight. The quote goes as follows: "He who charges without order dies without glory." Survivors, they stayed in formation. Cowards died, but so did impulsive heroes. So, do not charge first, I guess. So, moving on to tip number 2 on how to survive a medieval battlefield. Stay in the shadow of the shield wall. In the Battle of Hastings, shield walls, they were surviving line. The moment they broke, the killing began. So stay tight and hold your place in that shield wall. A single gap in the wall could mean your death. There's a quote about a Saxon writer, and it goes as follows: "If we hold together, we live. If we break, we die." More or less. Tip number 3. Avoid the center. Stay at the edges. Some battlefields, they were absolute meat grinders in the center. Horses, bodies, mud. If you could be at the flank, your chances of survival would be slightly higher. You could also try to flank the enemy, or you could easily run away, more easily maybe. In the Battle of Falkirk in 1298, the Scottish spearmen that stayed on the flank, they managed to run away, while those boxed in the center of the line could not run away and were killed. Moving on to tip number 4. Keep moving. The ground also tries to kill you. In a medieval battlefield, if you were heavily armored and you stayed put in one place, the mud and rain could also manage to drown you, or you could be trampled and stuff like that. There are different horrific ways you could die in a field. So the armor could drag you down and drown you. There is a quote from Jean de Wavray in the Burgundian Chronicles at the court of Agincourt. It goes as follows: "Many men did not drown in water, but in the filth of the field." So step carefully, avoid bodies, because if you trip, you fall, and if you fall, you can drown. Moving on to tip number 5. Turn when they turn. Do not be a hero. If you are in a medieval battle and you see the veteran, the older dudes, the dudes with the experience, run away, they retreat. You also retreat. Don't try to be a hero. Get out of there and try to survive. At Crécy in 1346, French knights with honor who tried to stay in the fight, they all died, while the archers and the footmen who got the hell out of there, they survived. So yeah, after all, this is how to survive, so not how to die with honor. So yeah, get out of there. Tip number 6. Water is life, but also death. So before the battle, make sure you are hydrated. Drink plenty of water, not during the battle, because you run into the risk of the water streams being filthy from blood or bodies that are in the water. This actually happened. Soldiers drank dirty water and they got all kinds of nasty diseases. Tip number 7 on how to survive a medieval battlefield. Know what horses do horse is probably not going to do as you order. And also, if you were an infantryman, if you held on to that spear, you could survive. But if you flinched and you lost formation, the horses would probably just run over you. Tip number 8. Learn how to fake death. In the Battle of Bannockburn in 1314, English soldiers who collapsed and stayed still were often ignored when the battle was over, or during the battle even. If you dropped, if you fell, you could cover yourself in dirt or blood and people would think you are dead. So it's a way to survive. Not an honorable way, but it's a way to survive though. Tip number 9. Strip the dead quietly. After the battle, survivors looted the dead for water, weapons, or food. There's a quote. It goes as follows. To the victor, the sword. To the living, the boots. Tip number 10 on how to survive the medieval battlefield. Pray, but not for victory, but for a still mind. Many went into the battle praying for God. The wise ones, they prayed for a still mind. There's a quote. It goes, the sword strikes, but fear strikes 10 times harder. The battlefield, it rewarded stillness and calmness, not courage per se. If you held your nerves, you were able to spot immediate dangers and were more likely to be able to survive, and that's what it's all about. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode on how to survive a medieval battlefield. I certainly enjoyed making this video, so I hope you like it. If you did, like the video and subscribe to the channel, helps a lot. See you guys in the next video. Bye.